We're getting healthier.
Registered dietitian Andrea Holwegner has been with us all morning long, answering your diet and nutrition questions. We've had some great questions, haven't we, Andrea?
People have been pouring them in, so.
Let's get at them, because otherwise Suzanne's going to eat the rest of the Smarties out of your trail mix. So.
I think I got the last one.
Sally says, I'm wondering what some great and yummy protein choices are for school lunches that are peanut-free, and one of my kids is lactose intolerant. Help!
Yeah, Sally, a bit of a challenge, but not impossible. So outside of your standard, sandwiches with meat, one of the best ideas that is popular with kids is doing a pasta salad where you can cube up little chunks of cheese, and cheese is very, very low in lactose. So a lot of people with lactose intolerance have more difficulty with milk, but will find cheese easier. So it's good to try that one out. Of course, you can always put black beans or chickpeas into the pasta salad as a protein, or little cubes of leftover chicken from dinner, or little slices of deli meat, some little veggies, and a dressing your kids like. One of the best lunches you can pack.
Okay, that's a good one. Kids' lunches, you gotta be creative because it's a lot of days of the year. Next one is from Cheryl. I want to feed my children a healthy breakfast and would like to avoid the traditional cereal milk combo. What do you recommend?
Well, when you're planning a breakfast meal, there's 3 things I like to see in that meal. Some sort of a grain or a starch. Second is some sort of a fruit or a vegetable. And third is a source of protein. So if we go with those 3 things, you could do something like a pita bread or a wrap. Whole wheat is even better. Put some peanut butter or almond butter on it. Peel a banana and put it on the edge and roll it. We got all those 3 things built right into one. Kids can ride the bus with that, walk to school with that, or even eat it before they leave. If you're going to do a smoothie, we've got fruit and yogurt and milk in there. And then the third thing to add again is that grain. So a slice of toast would round that meal off just perfectly. Another great idea for kids would be some sort of an egg breakfast burrito. So on the weekend, you can scramble up some eggs, throw in some meat, some veggies, and that will actually microwave really easily to toss into a wrap or a pita bread for a quick breakfast in the morning.
So there you go.
Eggs are great.
You don't have to do the cereal if you don't want to. Another question that came into us here from Natasha. As a shift worker, should I not be eating at night? You deal with a lot of shift workers.
I do work with a lot of shift workers, and this is a common question. And really, if you're on shift work, you're on your own schedule. So if you come home and your bedtime is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it just means the first time that you wake up is considered your breakfast. Whatever time of day that is. If that's 11 in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, consider that the first meal of the day, and then count out 3 to 5 hours later. You're either going to need another meal or a snack there, and keep counting that out throughout your day. You're on your own schedule.
Good.
Yeah. So you should be having something to eat every 3 to 5 hours.
You got it. For everyone, it's just for shift workers, they're going to be doing it differently. So it might mean that you're eating in the middle of the night. It might mean you're eating in the late afternoon and then taking a nap. So
does it take a while for your appetite to adjust to that, though, if you are switching over with shifts?
Shift work is really hard on people nutritionally because we get, it's when people change a shift, there's that real fatigue as your body adjusts again. And when we get tired, we were talking about this earlier, you can, select all sorts of different comfort foods just looking for energy.
Yeah, okay. Next question is from Yvonne, and what are the nutritional benefits of hemp oil over olive or fish oil? Those on the surface look like all good oil.
You know what? They're all fantastic.
Oh,
all 3 of those oils are more liquid at room temperature, meaning they're unsaturated fats, which are good for your heart. Hemp oil and the fish oils have the omega-3 fats in there. The type of omega-3 in fish is more readily utilized by the bodies, whereas the type of omega-3 in hemp oil needs to be converted into a usable form, just like in canola oil or walnuts. It needs to be converted so it's not quite as potent as what you'll find in fish oils. And olive oil, can't beat it, always a good one to use for cooking. All of them are great choices.
If I were to put olive oil or butter on my popcorn, what would you rather?
Well, from an enjoyment perspective, probably the butter, but from a health perspective, pan frying it in a bit of oil will actually be more nutritious.
Is that right?
The Italians got it right. When they're dipping the olive oil in their bread, that's the way to do it.
Oh, that is so good.
It's delicious.
Eat a whole loaf of bread.
Our next one here. Yeah, I know. Isn't it good?
This is Lorraine. What foods or supplements can help with the symptoms of menopause?
Lorraine, you have a very common question that we get through menopause, of course, with sleep issues and hot flashes. A couple of things come to rise. There's always this debate around, are soy foods helpful or harmful? And generally, research does support that soy foods can be beneficial for your health, particularly through menopause, because they help preserve bone mass, which tends to become an issue at that stage of life. They may help to alleviate some of the symptoms of hot flashes, and they're really great for your heart in terms of cholesterol reduction. As with anything, taking huge megadose supplements is probably not a good idea, but consuming them through natural foods are a really good way to go.
Smart. All right. Our next question here is from Ryan, who says, I take vitamin D supplement every day. Is there any other supplement that should be taken daily? Another supplement question.
You know what? I recommend a multivitamin for everybody. I think regardless if you're kids or adults, older adults, an age-appropriate multivitamin is always a good idea just to top you up. Now, keep in mind, a supplement never replaces not getting good foods in your diet. One of the people that wrote in today said, well, I don't really want to eat vegetables and I'm pregnant. Can I just take my prenatal supplement and will that do? And the answer to that is not quite. It's just not quite the same thing. To think we could get everything we need in little supplements versus eating whole foods is just never a good idea. Yeah. So it can top you up, but yeah.
All right. This is another one. I'm not hungry during the day, but try to eat something healthy. Then I'm starved after my workout in the evening. Is it okay to eat supper at 8 p.m.? I usually don't go to bed until 10 or 11. I don't eat during the day because when I do, I feel sick. Charmaine goes on to say, I've tried changing what I eat in case I'm allergic to something. I still get that sick feeling after just 3 to 4 bites. I eat healthy, very little processed food. I work out hard. I would love to lose 10 to 15 because of this eating thing.
So we got all sorts of things happening in there. I guess to start addressing that question is, first off, you want to eat breakfast within about an hour of waking up, ideally, to rev that metabolism and get you burning calories efficiently. If you're not really hungry, you don't need to eat a giant meal there, but we do need something to get that metabolism lit. And then again, eating every 3 to 5 hours after that. One of the questions I often ask my clients is, do you get at least most of your food in by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're not a shift worker?
Yeah.
And if you can say, yeah, that sounds about right, it means you're probably being able to utilize that energy really well. If most of your food is coming, through the door when you get home from work, in snacks, a big supper, and grazing and eating lots in the evening, you're probably maybe not getting it in the right ratio.
So start earlier and maybe that'll help with the sick feeling.
Yeah, and whether you had dinner at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, all of those can be effective. Many cultures across all parts of the world eat dinner at 9 or 10 o'clock every night and manage a very healthy weight. So it's really calorie balance that we're looking at.
Andrea, thanks for taking all our questions this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was a full day.
It was.
Well done. Andrea Holwegner with us here. If you want connections to Andrea, to her website or any of that, go to breakfasttelevision.ca. We'll have it all there for you. Thanks, Andrea.